Welcome to the Yeah Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. Here we are in our Alpharetta studio for Exit Wealth and Exit Stage Left Advisors. Those are our studio sponsors, and we love our studio in Alpharetta, but we also have a studio in Buckhead. Same thing, Exit Wealth, Exit Stage Left Advisors, except this one's a little more modern. Not.
It's not modern. It's got more toys. More producing toys and a great background. Peachtree Street. Doesn't get any better than that.
That's true. I will say the address is expensive.
Yes.
And it's quite the view. And it's one of the coolest setups I've seen in our business.
Yeah.
And it's our studio as well, thanks to Ted Jenkin and Lee Heisman. Love you guys. Really appreciate it. And Justin Farmer built this because he was on, WSB for 17 years. His father, Don Farmer, on CNN. So the specs, it's literally like a full-on set that you would see 2, 5, 11, 46
like a
on.
real news studio. Take that, imagine that, and the Today Show. That's what we have at Exit Wealth in Buckhead.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a live show from there Thursday, but we're going to throw it to a show we taped there a while back. Not too far back.
It was July 21st, and it was for the Red, White, and Green, which right now we're not doing new shows because we're reformatting, and everything is going to be under tedjenkin.com. And he's doing a new site, so Red, White, and Green will be there. Exit Wealth will be there. Exit Stage Left Advisors. Anything that he's doing, and we're holding off. But this is something we taped, and the guy's excited about it, rightly so, because it's something I've never even heard of or knew was possible, but it's pet insurance.
Yeah, we have a guy named Ryan Hurt who represents pet insurance, and people think that he makes a great point in the video. I don't know if you want to give it away about, hey, think about everything in your house. What's most important, what's insured, and what's not.
Right. And it's called Trupanion, 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 because the greatest companion in the world is the dog. I mean, to me, for some people, it's the cat, but it's really whatever kind of pet you have. When do you get pet insurance? We'll discuss it. How much should you get? What does it even cost? What does it cover? It's going to blow your mind. And when we start the show, I will talk about during my college years, I went to houses where people were raising money for an operation for a pet, and there was like a bowl, and you toss some cash in it. And they provided, hors d'oeuvres and drinks, but really it was a fundraiser because somebody needed $2,500 or $3,000 for some operation on a pet. This takes that out of the way. It's not that expensive. You had it on your policy, and I think you can put it on your company policy. We'll get all into it next. Special thanks to Ryan Hurt. He doesn't hurt anybody. He helps. His name should be Ryan Help, but it's Hurt. And here it is, Trupanion. You're going to enjoy this. This is a business that he does for a living and something you need, brought to you by not just the Yeah Come On Show, but the Red, White, and Green Show with Ted Jenkin. Hey, this is Southside Steve in Buckhead at the Exit Wealth Studios and Exit Stage Left Advisors Studios. And as you can see, I'm here with my guest, Ryan Hurt. But Ryan, this is pretty cool. It's kind of like the Today Show.
Yeah.
Anybody can come up, Fox Mornings, whatever, they can come up and watch us.
Yeah, moon you, whatever.
Moon you, yeah, and we may moon somebody, but you won't be affected.
Yeah.
But we are here, again, at our Buckhead office. We have studios in Alpharetta as well through Exit Wealth. And it is all things Yeah Come On and all things Red, White, and Green, which is America and money, the two things I love most.
Yeah.
And I assume you do too.
Yes, sir.
So in with us, again, I said his name, Ryan Hurt. Ryan, you do something really odd. That's why I had to have you as a guest.
Yep.
And it's an industry that's blown up. And this, you never would think about this. I didn't think this existed, but it does. And we're talking pet insurance. And your company is called Trupanion.
Correct. Yeah.
Not companion.
Not companion.
Trupanion, and drop the E, by the way.
Yeah. Trupanion. I am the sales rep, I would say, for the Metro Atlanta area.
Okay.
Covers all of the United States, Canada, et cetera, and the #1 veterinary recommended pet insurance company in the United States.
I did not know. First off, it's very tough to look at Ryan because his eyes match his shirt. Dreamy eyes, man.
thank you.
So I would trust you.
All right.
So for people out there that are hearing pet insurance, they're going, really? And some people may know about it. And I don't think this really matters what circles you run in, whether you're blue collar, no collar, or white collar. I think pets, and you'll have to explain this to me further, I understand pet insurance, but is it kind of like if I go to get insurance, if I have pre-existing conditions, and what does it cover, and is it worth it in the long run? Because vet bills are high.
Yeah, so it's similar to, any pre-existing condition that comes up won't be covered if you enroll after that condition comes up.
So it's a puppy thing.
Correct. It's best to get them, puppy, kitten, the younger the better.
Kittens too.
Yes, puppies and kittens.
I don't know why I just thought dogs.
No, puppies and kittens. So yeah, the younger the better, less pre-existing conditions. A lot of people hint on the fact of it doesn't cover wellness. So Trupanion, we do not cover wellness, okay? That means your typical vaccines, your spays, neuters, your heartworm flea prevention. The reason we don't, you can budget for a once-a-year visit to your veterinarian. Right.
It's kind of like with a dental program or even a health program, you get a physical once a year and you go in and get your teeth cleaned maybe 2 times a year, anything preventative, obviously.
Yeah, it's for the unexpected, is what we call it, right? So say, you get a puppy, you bring your puppy home, he's insured. God forbid he eats something he's not supposed to. Puppies do that all the time.
Chocolate. You're not supposed to eat chocolate.
Let's say stuffed animal, okay? And they become blocked. You show up to the ER and you didn't realize that now today is going to cost you between $5,000 and $7,000. Okay.
Oh my God. Do you know my father in our day, when our pets got sick and they were outdoor pets, I remember when it was wintertime, he put a light bulb in the doghouse to keep them warm. So occasionally the dog would get in. You try to get that dog out. He's laying with a kid or under a bed.
Yep.
But that's old school. It's changed so much since I was a kid. But what you just brought up, something getting stuck and that amount of money, my dad's attitude was always like, what costs more, the vet bill or putting them down?
Correct.
And he's willing to let a kid cry, but I think we've come a long way, and pets are members of the family.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and I could be incorrect here, but I'm pretty sure, more people are leaning towards, I'm going to have dogs versus having kids nowadays. That is a number that has kind of shifted a little bit.
And they treat it like a furry person.
And they treat it, just like a member of their family. And so, again, if your house was on fire, what's one of the first things you would grab?
For me, I would make sure the wife was heading in the right direction. I would grab the kids, and I would grab the dog.
Okay. Why is the dog the only thing not insured in your house? Think about it. Your house is insured.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff inside's insured. Your children are insured.
I can tell you what it's insured for, but my pet is not.
Correct.
I don't know if I know anybody with pet insurance, but I will tell you my days of being in college and from Atlanta, but the Highlands and those areas where there's like that whole like kind of hippie type or girls that just don't plan on getting married, and if a girl has 3 cats, I'm telling you, don't date her. You heard that from me.
Yeah.
But they would get in situations where a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old animal has got cancer, or he's got this, or he's got that. And I remember going to 7 or 8. It was like the thing to do in my 20s. You go to these parties, there's a bowl, and you put a donation for what it's going to cost.
Correct. And nowadays it's even more than it used to be. I mean, the cost of veterinary medicine has went through the roof, right? And
and it's not a gimmick. I mean, I'm not trying to go after what you do. This is not a gimmick. This is something that if you get a puppy, I would totally do based on vet bills because of what it covers. Can we get into that?
Yeah. So I mean, for example, right? Last month, we just crossed over $4 billion paid out, right?
Paid out in just your company?
Just in Trupanion. Now, a lot of people, when they hear insurance, they worry like, oh, they're not going to pay bills. They're not going to do that. I tell you that to tell you, obviously, if we've paid $4 billion, we're paying bills, okay? So to go from 0 to $1 billion, do you know how many years it took?
5, 3.
20 years.
20 years in your industry for pet insurance to go to $1 billion paid out.
Paid out. Now, to go from $3 to $4 billion, it took 18 months. That should show you right there the cost of veterinary medicine, where it's going, and the amount that we're paying at.
Right.
Right.
Well, we've been in two situations personally. I can only speak for myself, my parents, and a past relationship. 15 years ago, a dog I loved, kind of like your dog. This is his business card.
Daisy May.
Daisy May. This is Daisy May, and this is a family member. How old is Daisy May?
She's 7.
She's 7 years old. Does she have pet insurance?
Yes.
Yes, she does. And I love the card. Again, the card, Ryan Hurt, and he's covering all of Atlanta. So the whole metro. So whether you're in Alpharetta, whether you're in Fayetteville, or where you are, if you've got a new pet, and we're coming up on Christmas, what do people get at Christmas? They get animals, dogs,
Christmas
puppies.
Yeah.
And I would get pet insurance immediately. And I love the fact that you can work it out through you to have that one visit a year. It's not going to cover the vaccines. That's on you. The vaccines and making sure your dog or cat isn't whoring it up, so to speak, and getting everybody pregnant or getting pregnant themselves. Yeah. I do believe that's on you. But I love the fact if they get sick, because worms is something you hear about. Cancer is something you hear about.
Fractures, foreign bodies, but also you have to look at, allergies, right? Allergies. I mean, there's some products out there that could cost you over $100 a month, okay?
The medication the vet's gonna sell me.
Correct. I mean, because, it's just that expensive. Now, the great thing, and I told you this before, but Trupanion, we're the only insurance company that can pay directly to the hospital at checkout. Meaning, you go in, say, for numbers' sake, your bill is $5,000, right? We're paying 90% direct to the hospital at checkout, so you're not paying that money waiting on reimbursement. Okay.
I know, that's awesome. That's a definite reason to go with you, because I hate that you go in and then you're being billed, or I have to pay up front and then the insurance company takes a month or two to pay me back. Correct. Or I'm having to negotiate.
Well, and the other thing, and that's one of the big reasons that, Trupanion is so special, if, say you don't have that money, right? Yeah. Say you're at the ER, it's a $10,000 bill to save your dog's life. You don't have the $10,000 to put up, wait on reimbursement.
And don't throw a party, because I'm not coming. I'm done with those parties and money in the bowl.
Yeah, but if we're paying that percentage, you don't have to worry about that, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the stop treatment threshold in the United States?
Stop treatment meaning you've gotten to the point where you can't pay anymore, you're
Correct.
Done, and if there's no money for you through insurance, or you have no insurance, you have to let that person or pet go.
Yeah, unfortunately you would have to look at, care credit, say, add it to your credit card bill, etc. But the stop treatment threshold in the United States is $1,400, okay? Now with Trupanion paying 90%, if that's what you select, that $1,400 goes to $14,000.
Because you're paying 90%.
Correct.
I know, that's awesome, because $1,400 is not a lot from what I've heard. But knowing that's the stop pay threshold and you'll pay 90%, it allows somebody to act like they have $10,000.
Exactly. I mean, it really allows you to, say yes to what the vet is recommending.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's been too many times, I used to work in practice where you would go into the room knowing that something's wrong with this pet, and you give them an estimate. Can't afford that. So we go to plan B. Can't afford that. Next thing you know, you're throwing a Hail Mary out there, hoping that it works.
Wow.
Right. And that happens more often than not. And, unfortunately, like in the vet space, slowly we're going to start seeing that more and more. Right. And so that's why it's so important for people to understand now, pet insurance is a thing. They need to get on board with it. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to take care of their pets.
No, and that's a great point. And I know people out there love their animals so much. My mom and dad didn't want to spend the money, but they did $3,000 just on one operation for their dog.
Yeah.
And still, it only got him another 9 months, but that was great for them, because because you want that pet.
Give them a chance.
Yeah, give them a chance. Trupanion.com, and I love the name. Trupanion is all over the United States. It's in Canada. This is your guy. This is Ryan, and Ryan is Hurt. Like you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
H-I-R-T, Ryan with a Y. But he's your local guy. So just go, it's that simple to just go to Trupanion.com in the Atlanta area, and that's T-R-U, True, drop the E,
yes.
And then Panion, P-A-N-I-O-N, and I assume if you're not writing this down, but you can always, watch this again, you can look it up and you're gonna come up. If you look up pet insurance, you guys are at the top of the list.
Yeah, so we're up there for sure.
Yeah, maybe not the top, but I know how that goes.
Well, it's pay to play a lot of times,
yes,
right?
It is.
So
doesn't mean you're the best either.
But correct. Look up Trupanion.com. And the other thing that I would really preach to people, folks treat pet insurance like car insurance. So they just get on their phone, they just scroll looking for the plans, right? Mm-hmm. Most of the time they're going to choose the less expensive monthly plan. Call into Trupanion and talk to them. That way they can explain to you what exactly you're getting. right? Because a lot of times people don't understand that.
Well, they didn't understand too that you may get that 1 year checkup, and the fact that you're paying 90%, others are not paying that high. Yeah. I'm assuring other insurances too. Everybody's different.
I mean, everybody's different for sure. Some pay less, some pay more, or not more. I'm sorry. I think 90 is the top, but I can only speak to Trupanion itself.
That's fair.
Yes, and we are actually we are rolling out a new thing, which basically we increased our deductibles from $1,000 to $2,000. Okay. So that means that somebody that couldn't afford $50 a month, now maybe they can afford $25 a month. Okay.
Wow.
And what that means is something goes wrong with your pet, you pay the $2,000 and then you're paying 10%. Okay. That's worst case scenario. Again, insurance is for those worst case scenarios a lot of times.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so important. Again, $2,000 is way easier to come up with than $10,000.
And I won't get into burial insurance. Is there anything for that? Because sometimes, God forbid, and it happened to us 3 times, we got in a situation where dogs were hit by vehicles. Mm-hmm. One, the UPS truck. It was horrible.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and he still had a chance. And my brother was told he was allowed to speed in high school, and I heard his car go. Mom's like, go!
Yeah.
But what happens there, we're in an emergency situation. We come in, the dog was deceased when it got there. And then they're like, well, we can do a proper burial and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously you'd work with your local crematory, but with that, there are, additional things you can add on to, and again, that's why I say to call in. Like, say your dog, has a torn cruciate, right? And then needs to go to mobility.
Now, therapy, we have a lab next door doing the exact same thing.
Correct.
He ripped his leg and they're having to baby him and he goes for therapy.
Correct. So there are packages you can add on that would cover stuff like that.
Wow.
But again, if you just scroll on your phone and aren't really paying attention, they might not know about it.
There you go. We'll go to Trupanion.com. Atlanta Metro, if you want to get a hold of him, it's Ryan Hurt. Is there an email for you?
Yes, ryan.hirt@trupanion.com.
It's easy to remember because pets get hurt and Ryan fixes them, and that's why you were destined to be in this industry.
Yeah.
And thank you for making me realize that everything is insured in my house but my pet.
Yes, sir.
Can I get a yeah, come on?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on.